Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, if you saw the last video, I was talking about the shelf I was making, and I am back here in Tennessee to revisit that shelf and see the progress. I think it's all done. Now, if you want to see a more in-depth review of this that's not in video form, check the Lion Roars, because I write articles to them almost every time they make a publication, and they asked me to do a review on this, write up about how I did, and I said, sure, I can do that. So, I'll be getting some photos while I'm out there to send to the Lion Roars. So if you want to see a written review of this, check the next Lion Roars, probably the March or April issue, whichever one that is. In other news, the catalog came out and I didn't do a review on that because I got lost in other things and I just didn't have time. And it's been out for a few weeks now, and it's just kind of not worth it to do a review. However, I will say my thoughts on it. It's expensive, it's redos, and there's only a few things that I'm interested in. Probably the BNSF set, and I think there was one other item that I can't remember off the top of my head. But there wasn't that much I was interested in, but there were some pretty good things in there as well. So I think there's Lion Chief 2.0. I'm going to try to take a look at that possibly, and yeah, we'll just see what I get from that catalog. Anyway, here is the shelf. So as you can see from last time I was here, they've really gotten this space cleaned out. There's a bunch of stuff like right here, all throughout here. I remember I set the computer down like right here to show you guys the layout design, which I haven't really edited yet, but I think it's still pretty good. So all that's left to do now is they're going to take this little bit out. They're going to take these shelves out here to about that joint down there. And they're going to remove this big pallet here, which they were going to do the day originally, but they didn't because it was so rainy. And then they're going to remove this drill here. They're going to remove this back here, whatever this is. These pipes are going to take down a little bit because the layout's going to come right about up to here. And that's going to be bad because this pipe's not only above the layout, but this is right about where the layout wall is supposed to go to. So they're going to take all these pipes, they're going to lower them down a little bit so they can be accessed under the layout, and they're still, they're not too bad. Over here, well, I don't know how they're gonna have to manage this. I have to rethink about that. I think this is actually low enough, so I think that'll be okay. But they're gonna take these back here, they're gonna move them down. So basically, all that's left to do is to get this stuff out. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. This is the shelf and its gloriousness. It's supposed to be over a little bit more. As you can see where my markings were, they weren't correct. You also saw that in the last video. And as you can see over here, it's not quite flush with the wall, but they did that because of this door right here, and also the fact that they're moving all of this as well. They didn't want anything to get bumped or damaged. So this is anchored currently, but they're eventually going to move this over a little bit more to the left, and it will be in place, and the layout can still come up to the side wall here. So this is just held by a magnet, so it's not too strong, but it's strong enough to where it won't just blow open. I have to pull on it a little bit. In here you'll see the shelves. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's a bottom floor in case you wanted to put just, you know, whatever. There's also some space up here on the top to put some stuff. And then here, the cool thing is these shelves are not actually solidly in place. There's these little things here, and you can adjust them by pinching them in somehow, and I don't know how he did it, but you pinch them in and then you can set them to wherever you want. So I could move these shelves up or down. So say I wanted to put some maxi stack cars in here somewhere, like maybe along the middle, I could move all these up a little bit, and then I could actually hold some maxi stack cars in here, although for the top shelf might be able to hold that, I don't know. These are custom grooves. These are just little boards that we had grooves put in them. So now if I come over here and grab the test box car that I used to design these grooves, you'll see the wheels fit flush and they can roll around. We put the camera inside the shelf here for a second. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's just right here along the edges. So yeah, this works pretty well, and then these can fit in any spot on the shelf. They work in every slot, and I just think it's really cool. It's a very nice shelf. the door when it comes out to be like this length. This is plexiglass, by the way. It came in this packaging, and if you look on it, it's a little bit dirty. I don't know how well you can see that. It's really noticeable back here. But it might be the camera. I don't know. You may not be able to see that. But it is a little bit dirty because of the glue they used to glue this to that. But I'm eventually going to get this cleaned up, and then it will be a very nice looking plexiglass door. I forgot to bring my other trains with me to test this out and to get pictures, but I'll be back here in March to check this out. By March, I want to stay that stage 1.5, which I forgot to say in the last video. Stage 1.5 is going to be where everything is cleaned out and we're ready to begin. So stage 1.5 will be commencing after I leave, which is where everything's going to be cleaned out. These are going to be lowered, and the carpet should be beginning to roll out on the floor. Once I get that, then I'll be actually ready to build and begin stage 2 or 3. I forgot which one I did, but once we get everything out of the way, and we got a clean slate, the whole area, we're going to roll the carpet through, we're going to put the curtain over the top to prevent sawdust, and then we'll be ready to begin the actual building of the layout, which should hopefully happen this summer. I'm going to try my best, but I can't confirm or deny anything quite yet. It's still kind of uncertain where things are at. But yeah, for now, I think this is a very good beginning. I'm planning on copying and pasting this design over to this wall, because the layout only comes out to here, and on this wall it's here, and then you got from here to there where there's nothing, so you could just put shelves. And that's my plan. I'm going to take this design, maybe raise it up a little bit more, but I think it's good where it's at right now in terms of height, so I'm just going to copy and paste this design over on that wall for the rest of the length that I have, which should look pretty nice once it's all said and done. And that'll also give me a lot more storage than what I have underneath, because with the pipes back here, I cannot put any shelves, or I can only put a few, like maybe 1 or 2 layers on the bottom, because these cannot be blocked in case we needed to access them. So I'm kind of limited on shelf storage on the very long back wall and on this side. And since the layout sort of has a divot in the middle, I'm also limited to space going across there as well. So in terms of shelving, I really need as much as I can. So with getting this extra space over here, that is very, very nice. And then my grandfather had some other O-gauge trains that we bought at a yard sale sometime, so I brought those over just to show you sort of what it's going to be like when I get trains actually in here. I think the plan is to take this New York Central sign and sort of somehow put it in the back there so it's always there. And then up here again, I just had some HO trains, or I don't even know what the gauge that is. They're just laying around, so I just put them up there to show you, you know, sort of what it's going to be like when I can eventually get other things in here. And again, when I come in March, I should be able to bring some other trains. I'm going to try to remember, and then I'm going to put them in here and then show you again exactly what it's going to be like. I'll bring some heavy ones, I'll bring some tall ones, I'm going to challenge this thing to its limits to make sure it's exactly what I need, exactly what I want. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more about this, again, I will be doing an article for the Lion Roars, which should come out sometime this spring. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, that's all for now. I'm Sam, and I will see you next time. Or down, if I wanted to, say I was holding, like, yeesh.